Yes, everyone, hello, welcome back to your evening Sunday show, Forever United TV, bringing you all the Manchester United news from on the pitch to off the pitch. We got you covered as always, everyone. Get into the live chat, give me your comments on the topics. We have a massive Fabrizio Romano update today. We are talking on the striker and the goalkeeper, which he has explained are Manchester United's two priority positions to go for. We have got a poll running in the chat though. Is midfield more important to you? What's the most important position United need to get in next after Bryan Mbeumo, striker, midfielder or goalkeeper? Get into that poll, get voting on that, and of course put your comments in and add a little bit more context as to who you would bring in them positions as well for Manchester United. And Ruben, of course, and this system that we've got in place. Also got updates on the Bryan Mbeumo situation, what's happened today, where we're at. Garnacho, Antony, more news coming out about him in the last hour and where he might end up going as well. Obviously with the news on Marcus Rashford, Romano with a very, very interesting update on Marcus Rashford's situation and what Barcelona have got in front of them next summer. This has kind of kiboshed everyone else's opinion and made a few other journalists look rather stupid as well in the process. I'll bring you up to date on all of that. But before we get into it, we want to talk about these two positions. Now, Romano, I think just hear it from the horse's mouth himself. I'll bring you the clip right now from what Romano has said. First of all, this is what Fabrizio Romano said regarding Manchester United's hunt for a goalkeeper this window now.
It's about the striker and it's also about the goalkeeper. For the goalkeeper, they have some experienced option like Emi Martinez, El Dibu, who would be keen on a move to Manchester United, but at the moment still no direct negotiations with Aston Villa. And then Sen Lammens, save this name, playing for Antwerp, 23 years old. I'm told that Manchester United have an interest in this player. He's been scouted, monitored in the recent months. He's a talented goalkeeper. Manchester United now have to decide internally what they want to do with the goalkeeper. Whether they want to bring a big, important goalkeeper like Emi Martinez, or if they want to bring a young profile with the opportunity to grow behind Onana, to have his chances to compete. And Lammens is a name they are really considering at Manchester United. So for sure now there will be discussions, there will be internal talks to understand the best options, but Man United remain very active on the striker position, on the goalkeeper position for sure. Two crucial parts of their summer transfer window, waiting to understand what they can do in the next weeks, as soon as they will announce Bryan Mbeumo very soon. So just waiting for an official statement for Manchester United.
Really interesting one there. Now, we did mention striker at the start of that, and we'll bring you the update on the striker in a minute. But let's get started with the goalkeeping situation now and what Romano actually said. The interesting part in that was that he actually named a name, which is unusual, especially when you've got Romano, who is never fully committed to anything unless he's got real serious intel or info on what's happening there. But he said it like we've all been talking about recently. It is Sen Lammens, who is, of course, a goalkeeper of, and even in Romano's eyes there, and what he thinks is for Manchester United a number two to come in and fight alongside Andre Onana and take that spot away from him. That's like what Manchester United's decision is going to be. Are they going to go for the experienced midfield? Are they going to go for the experienced goalkeeper? Or the younger goalkeeper that can actually get better and then come through and then take the place of Andre Onana from within. And this is where Manchester United's decisions have to come from. But internally the decision has been made, says Fabrizio Romano. Manchester United, like he said there, are going to buy two more important players. And that is a goalkeeper and a striker. Please do get into the comment section and let me know if you're happy with that. A lot of people are. There are more concerns on the midfielder. We will talk about that towards the back end of the show. Of course we will. But from what he said there, and I said it a minute ago, the most important part there is you don't usually get Romano coming out and mentioning players' names. Now, he said Sen Lammens there, and he said that's one name to watch. That one, I think, is probably the most interesting bit of that little video there and that clip from Fabrizio Romano, because I feel like Manchester United right now, and everybody has been talking about Lammens, and I did a video on this the other day. It got lost in the Mbeumo madness and Bryan Mbeumo here we go day, but also in there was talk from Simon Stone, from other journalists about Sen Lammens being well scouted, and Romano there himself said he has been scouted several several times, and as admirers at Manchester United, they do like him, and he is on their list of goalkeepers to come into Manchester United. So again, with what Romano has said there, I think Manchester United are looking at the situation now. You've got Emi Martinez, who is the experienced keeper, who he explained the other day could potentially be a swap deal, maybe with Garnacho or another player. I don't know. It looks like Garnacho's the only one United could swap in that. Funnily enough, we do have an update on Garnacho coming in this show, so stay tuned for that. But at the moment, it's swinging, it's to and froing from Emi Martinez, the experienced keeper, and the more expensive one, and that's United's actual issue with that. Other than that, I think they might actually just go for Emi Martinez. It's not financially doable, but they could still go for it if a swap deal was on the cards, says Romano. So it's the experienced keeper in Emi Martinez, a full-on number one, or a player that's a younger goalkeeper that's going to come in and then eventually take the spot of Andre Onana in goal. Which way will Manchester United go? That's the internal decisions that and discussions that are going on at the moment at United, says Romano. And I think Manchester United here with this are just looking at this situation and going, what best suits now? What are they going to commit to? Because Senny Lamens could still be a Manchester United player at a cheap price. Reported 17 million for him. That still gives you a little bit of money to spend elsewhere. But again, I think we are pushing towards the striker being the bigger actual need for Manchester United from their side. We've all got our opinions on this. We've all got our thoughts on the goalkeeping side of things. In fact, I'm going to come in early on this one into the chat just to gauge where you're all at with the goalkeeping side of things. If there was two goalkeepers that you had to decide on, you were going to go for out of let's just say you had Senny Lamens there and you had Emi Martinez. Where would you go with that in the chats? We're not going to do a poll on this because I want to run the importance of the position poll that we've got up right now, striker, keeper or midfielder. So on this one, just get into the comment section and let me know. Do you go for Lamens as the younger keeper to come through and take Andre Onana's spot eventually? Or do you go out and you just get Emi Martinez, the proven Premier League monster, who is just going to dislodge Andre Onana instantly? What are we saying, everybody? Get into the chat and let me know on this one, please, everyone. I just want to know exactly where your heads are at regarding the actual quality of keeper. Do we go potential and build it up, or do we go get the ready-made? This has been the problem, isn't it? This has been the decision over the last few days because Manchester United are actively looking for Prem-proven players. And this is why Emi Martinez has come up so often in many discussions now. So, yes, let's get into some of the chat quickly on this. Adam, I'd be happy to wait to near the end of the window for a midfielder, but a striker and a goalie is a need right now. I get that. Chevrolet is my choice of keeper, but otherwise, Emi Martinez, says Josh. Let's see, Martinez is more experienced. Sorry, did I hear that right? 17 million for a keeper. That's not bad. You did, Leo. It's a shame Mainu started playing like a slower version of somebody very slow. I'm not talking about him. Neva, I'd go for Bulker. We cannot sign Bulker because we have a UEFA ban on us for a player that is owned by two of the same, i.e. Ineos. So, sorry, TK, we cannot buy Bulker from Nice. We're not allowed to under a UEFA sanction that we've got. Lamens says Ride. Barman says Martinez. It's quite split, actually. Emi Martinez. People going for the experience. I think this is where it's got us right now. We are actually in a position as a fan base now where we're like, we want ready-made. We want fixed. We want guarantees. And we're sick of the potential signings. Anyone from outside the Premier League right now, I have found nearly all the way through this transfer window so far, has been, don't know. Like, it's a no, basically. It's like I said, don't know them, but really everyone's just trying to be polite. They don't want it. They don't trust in it. They don't trust in it. They just look at it and say, no, we've been down this road before. No one young, no one from outside the Premier League. Let's just get the ready-made players. Let's get the fix. And the fact that Manchester United have got two of them in already this summer, I think has given this fan base a little bit of confidence that we can go out and get more. So, I mean, when you look at that, so when you look at it and say, Manchester United right now, Mbumo in, Cunha in, can we get Martinez in as well? That's just the full actual, what's the name now, isn't it? When you go Martinez, Mbumo, Cunha, Premier League, and then you look at another midfield option, possibly, or a striker. You could get Watkins. as another one. You could get a midfielder. You could go for Ndidi. You could go for Douglas Luiz. You could get 5 Prem-proven players all in one go. And that, I think, is probably where a lot of Manchester United fans are thinking, you know what, like, I think this would do us better. Like, let's stop taking chances and risks. But then again, you want this recruitment team to actually provide us with something that other Premier League clubs do, what we cannot do, which is find them fresh players that nobody's got, that nobody knows about or has heard too much about, and brings them through and they turn out to be the gems. That, I think, is where Manchester United's decision is at right now. And like Romano said there in that piece, you're looking at this and saying, look, Manchester United need to make the decision. And I think this is probably the only reason why we haven't made a bid yet. Is because I think we're identifying the striker and trying to figure out how much money we need, looking at the players that we've actually got in that we need to sell and how much money we can get for them, and then deciding on whether to go for an experienced or inexperienced keeper just to put our money into a striker. I just see that. That's how I look at Manchester United, and that's how I am envisaging how conversations are going on right now at the football club. I just think that United are kind of in limbo a bit. They don't know, but someone will sooner or later just make this decision, and I think it's going to be quite soon, going off what Romano said here, because there is a lot of movement now with players leaving, which we are going to touch on, like I said before. Into the Supers, Mojo is 8 months a member. Get them signings done quick, and then he's also dropped in a super chat in there as well. Thank you, Mojo. Garnacho plus Onana for Watkins and Martinez. I don't see us going for Sesko, and please, a big no for Jackson. Romano did kind of kibosh the Jackson talk as well. I'm going to bring up ENQUIRIES as well in a moment also. Leo with another super chat. 16 million for a young keeper. Sell the trash keepers we have next season, and the number 1 Costa next summer sorted. Leo loves Costa. Can Costa wait out another season? I thought he was just destined for Manchester City personally, but it's still not there. Wow, we have had 1,600 votes already in the first 10 minutes of the show. If we can buy 2 more players, which positions is being left out? Striker, midfielder, goalkeeper. It's tight. People right now think that we don't need a striker. I am baffled. I am absolutely baffled how people don't think we need a striker right now. Honestly, like, I get it. Cunha and Mbeumo are going to bring us goals. You need a focal point. I'm sorry. I get it. I do. I understand where you're going. And I think everyone's conversations, I listened to Mark Ogden of ESPN talking about what Ruben said after the Leeds game yesterday about the gaping holes in midfield. Look, I get the midfield. I really do. But Manchester United's worst performers last season were goalkeeper and striker. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that I'm wrong in that. It's a keeper and it's a striker. And I'm sticking to that now. I've made my decision. I understand the midfield. I think we'll get all 3. I do. I think all 3. I think what Ruben said yesterday was very, very clear. I think there is going to be a midfielder come into Manchester United. But you could have all the control of the game. And if you don't put the ball in the back of the net, you don't win the prizes. And you've got to keep the ball at the back of the net after everybody else for the majority of the game has done their jobs on the field, and hope that your keeper can hold on to a ball for a change. Right, yeah. Just them 2 there. If they change them 2 with what we've got, Man United have a different ball game next season altogether. I am not ignoring the midfielder, though. I promise you I'm not. I know it's important. I really do know it's important. I just don't think Manchester United are looking at the necessaries. Are our midfielders better than our strikers right now, as in number 9s? Yes. Are our midfielders better than the goalkeepers right now in comparison to their positions? Yes. Do we desperately need a keeper and a striker? We do. I know we do. It's weak in midfield, it's weak at the back in the keeper, and it's weak up front. But I think it's weaker in goalkeeper and in striker than it, more so than it is in midfield. Personally, I just think that. And I know a lot of you will disagree on that one with me, but Romano has said it there again. It is, right now, a keeper and a striker. I think they'll make money for a midfielder. I'd be absolutely astonished if United don't make something happen for a midfielder still this window. So that's it. That's what you can jump back on. Thank you again, guys, in the super chat. Lee, Cape Town, has dropped another one in. Hi, Adam. A club like Manchester United go for Martinez at one time. No time to play games here. I can't stand Coco the clowning goals for a moment longer. Paul, Willie, thank you and welcome to the Members Club, mate. You absolute legend. Big fish in that picture there, mate, as well. Kazda sent me a message. The midfield is weak, but it's not as weak as 1 and 9. Agreed. Agreed on that one. Cheers, everyone, for all the comments coming in. Keep them piling in, everyone. Let's see what else we've got in here quickly before we move on, because I want to get into the talk on the striker as well. A striker, keeper, and midfielder would be amazing before the window closes, says Rob. Salim says Lamens, Sesko, Belaber or Edison. We challenging for top 4 can be done if we get good prices for Garnacho and Antony. More to come on them two as well. Everyone's leading us in. Like, we are so well educated on this channel with the subscribers anyway. They know exactly what I'm talking about before I'm even getting into it half of the time. You're leading the way in the show, everyone. You're actually making the show happen here and leading me into my next segments completely. Yeah, don't have to spend much to improve on Anano. That was from Kaz. Yeah, that is a point. Lamens, yeah, I think we can get a midfielder, get a striker, and a goalkeeper if we sell the players. Now, I want to move on to what Romano said regarding the striker. This is a bit more detailed from Fabrizio Romano, so I'm going to play out a little bit more of what he said. And there is the IMAGO absolute bullshit that came out from earlier on today. And again, just complete and utter nonsense. I'd seen the story, I was listening to it, I was reading what people were saying, and I was like, this can't be real, this is not real, this is just a load of made-up Portuguese nonsense. And then I went to, and what I thought and what I hoped was a Romano update on this, just to clarify everything and where we're actually at. And this is exactly what Fabrizio Romano said on this and Manchester United's hunt for a striker.
They are reporting that Manchester United have been working in the recent days on a deal for Victor Gyökeres, on an hijack for Victor Gyökeres. And I wanted to touch on Ekitike to explain you something, guys. I came here earlier this week and I told you, Man United will sign an important striker this summer. They want to sign a striker, they want to go for a striker, and they will sign a striker in this summer. Now that Cunha is done and Mbeumo is done, for them the focus is the striker. So, Manchester United made this very clear internally, and many agents in the market are aware about that. So what happened? For example, for Hugo Ekitike, someone internally at Eintracht expected Manchester United to try enter the race for Ekitike when the deal collapsed with Newcastle. Man United were calling to be informed on the situation with Ekitike, then the player decided to go to Liverpool and there was no chance to enter into the deal. But when a club like Man United, a big club, is entering the market for a striker, many agents and intermediaries are obviously attentive to the situation. And so, for Ekitike, Eintracht expected Man United to join the race, but was not even possible because the player wanted to go to Liverpool. What about Gyökeres? I'm not aware of an official bid from Manchester United. I'm not aware of club-to-club talks from Manchester United. I'm aware of intermediaries trying to suggest that possibility via Sporting. Already with Saudi clubs a few weeks ago, Sporting tried to present the opportunity to Gyökeres to go to Saudi, and the player said, no thanks, Arsenal. Then, for Sporting, the opportunity to do business with Manchester United for Gyökeres, maybe for them to enter into the deal, seeing that this add-ons structure was still being negotiated with Arsenal. But the answer from player side, guys, despite intermediaries suggesting the opportunity for Man United to enter into the deal for Victor Gyökeres and to hijack it, and this is why we have these stories, it's not because of a bid, it's not because of club-to-club talks, it's because some intermediaries have been working on this possibility to present to Manchester United, but it was not even possible to advance as of today, guys. Then in the market, we never know. But as of today, it's very clear that Victor Gyökeres says Arsenal.
Have you noticed with Romano recently, he started to go a little bit more deeper in how he works and how he operates and giving us a little bit more information. And talking now about how intermediaries are just using and abusing Manchester United's name to get deals done. There is nothing in Gyökeres. There is nothing in Ekitike. You've got people like Florian Plettenberg who are saying Manchester United are concrete interested in Ekitike and are the only ones that have made real significant contact with the club. And then Romano's coming out and saying this just was never possible for Manchester United. He decided he was going to Liverpool, and Manchester United never had the money to spend. No, 82 million is too much for Ekitike. We've spoken about that already. It's ridiculous the amount of money that's being spent on Ekitike by Liverpool, but they've got the money to blow, and they're blowing everyone else out the markets. They're taking Newcastle out of the game, and they're just making it difficult for their opponents. So again, like when we look at what Romano says there, he's talking in detail on how it actually works with intermediaries in this process of getting players over the line and getting deals done. And there was never anything with ENQUIRIES. It was complete and utter nonsense. And anyone who was trying to credit them sources earlier on from Portugal with real significance that this could actually happen, again, Romano shut that down instantly. And I think even with everybody looking into it, and Romano, and we haven't got that clip actually there, but Romano actually did say in his video that Manchester United have got an interest in Benjamin Sesko as well. Not in Nicholas Jackson at the moment. He says in his video that Nicholas Jackson, Manchester United are aware of. They know the conditions and they know what it would take. He is a player that is obviously someone United know of and could be available. But at the moment there is no talks at all, and it isn't on any sort of agenda. So again, it's like, who are the players? And the two that stand out in all of what Romano has said have been Senan Lamens from Royal Antwerp, the goalkeeper, and Benjamin Sesko. These are players that Manchester United internally know and want at the football club and will take if the deal is right. They are going to buy important players, Romano says. That's his favourite words, important players. They will buy a striker. They are going to get a striker. He keeps on saying this. So Romano has told everybody that Manchester United are going out for 2 more players, and that's going to be a goalkeeper and a striker. And we're not going to have to listen to any more of this nonsense about intermediaries coming in and linking Manchester United to players. But basically, when any of these Portuguese sources have come out and started to run big stories, we've kind of just ignored them now, because Romano has shut them all down constantly throughout this window. And again, it's just it's now a position where United are actually, I feel, used to, with clubs using them or intermediaries using them. But yeah, look, nothing is real with ENQUIRIES. We never had a chance with Ekitike. Really, he wanted Champions League by the sounds of it. And again, as soon as United weren't in the Champions League, this scenario was going to come about, and we were going to miss out on quite a few strikers. But like Romano has always said, we have always been aware and always been on the lookout for them moments and for them opportunities of players for United to go and get. And the Sesko talk coming out of Romano's mouth, it is massive when it comes to Manchester United being a real target on this as well. Actually, on Romano and on the striker front, I wanted to update you, and I said at the top of the show I would, regarding Marcus Rashford. So I'm going to bring you the full update, because there's been several stories, and I've talked about a few of these now. So this is it broken down in Marcus Rashford terms to Barcelona. He's not taking a pay cut, he is taking a pay cut. It's 40 million, it's 30 million in terms of what Barcelona can pay to make this a permanent deal. Is there a penalty? This has come from Fabrizio Romano right now, and you can see it on his Twitter page as well. So this is real, and you can take this as a definite. Barcelona have sealed all the documents of Rashford for the Rashford deal, set to land in Spain. Understand Barca will pay €14 million gross as a salary coverage, plus bonuses linked to appearances for Marcus Rashford. Marcus takes 15% pay cuts, and Manchester United will not cover his salary. And the important thing on this is €30 million buy option for Marcus Rashford and Barcelona in June 2026. So after this loan period is done, Barcelona can buy Marcus Rashford for 26 million quid. That's the breakdown of the Marcus Rashford deal. United are paying nothing. Rashford has taken Manchester United's cut off his salary to make the Barcelona move happen. Romano has broke it down perfectly. We've all been waiting for it. And in fact, €14 million a season for Marcus Rashford, plus appearance bonuses from Barcelona. Marcus Rashford is raking it in. Absolutely raking it in. How this man has got this move is beyond me. But good luck to you, Marcus. Go and smash it in Barcelona. I hope you absolutely destroy it over in Spain. And thank you for all of your time at Manchester United when you was really seen as a proper good Manchester United player. Good being the important word in there. Never world class, never exceptional, never the best. You had the potential to be, but you blew it all. Well done for getting the Barcelona move, though. Absolutely well done, mate. Go and do what you've got to do over there. You are no longer an issue for Manchester United. I cannot see anybody not taking Marcus Rashford for 26 million. My God, that's Manchester United just laying it out cold there, isn't it? It's like, go. This is what we're going to do, and then they can buy you for 26 mil next season. Like, that's that. That's not even double Marcus Rashford's salary a season to buy him. That is crazy. And I think that is a statement of intent from Manchester United. Getting out there and getting players out the door and getting this job done for Ruben Amorim. That's it. They've made that as simple as possible for Barcelona to take Marcus Rashford. And credit to the club. Again, I'll keep on saying it and people will disagree with me. And I've had loads of comments of people saying you do anything to big up the Glazers and Ineos. I've actually had people saying, why do you love the Glazers? Have you heard them words come out of my mouth once? I think that's good business. And Ineos have done a good job there with that. They didn't give Marcus Rashford them wages. The Glazers and their Muppets did. So there's nothing that they can do in the situation they're in except make something happen. And they've made it happen. So I'm happy that he's gone. And I think that this is actually brilliant business for United. I honestly, 26 million... it sounds cheap, doesn't it? It does sound cheap, I'll admit that. But still, like in Manchester United's time of need, they're making cutthroat decisions here. They have to build a basis of what they've done from the start of their time at the club. They cannot deal with what was agreed in the past because it just doesn't fit. It's cut your losses and move on. And this is what United have done with Marcus Rashford. So, just to go over that one more time for everybody so you're fully aware of the Marcus Rashford deal and where it's at. Romano has confirmed that Marcus Rashford deal documents all signed, sealed, delivered. It is here we go for Marcus Rashford now. Medical this week in Barcelona. No more Marcus Rashford at Carrington. Training when the under-10s do. Poor Garnacho's on his own now. So that is done. He will arrive in Barca this week. Understand Barca will pay 14 million euros of Marcus Rashford's salary, gross, covering bonuses for appearances as well. Marcus Rashford takes a 15% pay cut and Man United will not cover his salary. So Rashford's losing Manchester United's percentage of the wages that would normally be paid for him in his current contract. It's like Barca were going to cover 85-90% of his wages. Manchester United, 85% it is there. Manchester United would normally cover 15% of that as a loan deal, but they're not even going to cover that. So Rashford has had to wash his hands of that. It's a good deal. And Barca combined for 26 million, gone next summer. I think Manchester United have made the call, and I think it's the right one. They're making things happen. That's it. And I'm telling you right now, I think Rashford will star in La Liga. I really do. Let's get a few more chats in on this. Talk to me, everybody, about this. Dark Muppet Rises. Just glad it didn't drag on until the end of the window. Exactly. Compost Smurf says, just need to pay off Sancho now and sell the others. Yeah, exactly that. No Nicholas Jackson. Get a mid and a goalkeeper instead, says APN. Let's see what else we've got in here. Graham with a super chat has just come in as well. Rashford played well in the away trip in the Europa League against them. Deco and Co is aware of his limitations, but it's a calculated risk. Going back to when Rashford was decent that first Ten Hag season, that's what they're hoping that they're going to get, and it is a risk for them. It is a risk for them. But they're willing to take it, and we're happy that they're willing to take it. But it is really an affordable one for them, I feel. But that is their business done now, Barcelona, in terms of the midfield section anyway. So, yeah. Glenn with another super chat says, I wonder if they agreed a lower fee for Rashford on the understanding if it's triggered, there will be no payoff to Rashford. Them details, I'm sure we will find out later down the line, Glenn. I'm not too sure at the moment. But yes, that I feel right now, looking at it, is as best as Man United probably could have got to get a deal done quick. And I think they wanted it done quickly. That's what it is, I think. But yeah, It's like 40 million there if you look at it. 40 million euros was what Man United originally wanted. 14 million salary paid by Barcelona and 26 million euros, 26 million quid maybe paid next season. Adds up to 40, you could say that. Look, end of the day, he's gone. And Man United can move on. And that's all that anybody's bothered about, really, isn't it? That is it. And we don't have to deal with him anymore. Simple as that. By the way, everybody, thank you so much for all of the likes. We've got over 6,500 already. We're only half an hour in. If you haven't, please hit that like button. And, of course, make sure that you do subscribe to Forever United TV if you haven't already. Thank you. It helps the channel out massively. I really do appreciate everyone who has done it already. We are growing, everyone. We are growing. 92,000 in the distance. We're edging closer and closer to that 100k. Let's keep it going, everyone. Adam, let's move on to the other knobber now. We know we need a here we go. I'm thinking that might be me, Jadon Sancho, possibly. Cal says that he's got to get in Barca's team first, but I hope he does well so he doesn't come back. Exactly. And that there is where I'll finish on Marcus Rashford. Well said, Cal. I think everybody is in that sort of thinking with Marcus Rashford right now. It's like, do well, son, so you don't have to come back. And we'll take the 26 million and we'll lose that 17 to 20 million a year contracts that you're on as well. Thank you. Bye-bye. Graham in with a chat quickly there as well. Again, with another super chat. Thanks, mate. I'm sure Rashford's time at United is done, even if Amorim has gone and / or Barcelona send him back. I think it needs, yeah, I mean, hopefully, mate, because he's not going to prosper at United under any circumstances now, I don't think. Moving on. Other news, Antony is another player Manchester United need to get rid of, and I think Antony could really open up the door. Exciting news, probably not actually the right word there. Exciting, a little bit more encouraging is probably word. I've said this all along. Now that July is here, we should start to hear about other clubs interested in Atletico Madrid. In Antony. And I'll just give it away there a little bit by completely mixing my words up. But Atletico Madrid, according to Pete Hall, are now are emerging as actual favourites to sign Antony. That is great news for Manchester United because Atletico Madrid have got money and they've got money for wages and they may need a player. I've said this all along. Antony fits absolutely perfectly in a Atletico Madrid side. He is a passion merchant and a passion player. And it would just fit like a glove for him, I think. Simeone, I think, would love a player like that. I think he's ideal. And as soon as I seen that report coming up, I was like, please be true. Because this, I think, has definitely got movement in it. If Antony is wanted by Atletico Madrid, I think we can get the right price. He would be happy to go. We know he fits comfortably in La Liga. He's playing at a high level as well. Champions League, challenging constantly every single season. I think this is great news for Manchester United. And that report coming out, I think, does have massive significance because I think United will know somewhere along the lines. It's like, right, let's just move Rashford along on loan. There's other deals here that Manchester United can get done. And Antony, if he is sold, and we heard the story the other day that United are now, after his performances in La Liga, upping his price to 50 million. And all of a sudden, Real Betis are drifting off into the distance, which is exactly what they needed to be doing from the get-go with their stupid offers that they were offering. United here are, I think, on the brink. I know it's not happened yet, and you can come at me and slag off my positivity if you want again in the chat, but I think United are on the brink of really accomplishing something in this window. Rashford gone, I've just explained why that is such a good deal. You get Sancho out the door, and then you move to Garnacho and Antony, and they could be your money spinners if you get the deals right. I think United are comfortably going to get 40 million for Antony. I really do. 35 minimum, I think United will get for Antony from one of these clubs. And I think he's worth every single penny of that money. But again, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? If Rashford is gone, United have got that deal done. I think they must feel confident that the others are following suit and are going to be quickly out the door soon after Marcus as well. Jadon Sancho, we're still waiting on that confirmation. Come on, Juve, make this happen and make this an absolutely blockbuster of a weekend, please. It won't get much better than that, honestly. 2 in, 2 out by the end of this weekend before we go out on tour. Good business with more to come, I say, anyway. Jack, thanks for that chat, mate. Over 4,000 watching. Wow. Up the FUTV channel. Up the FUTV army. Thank you, everybody. We have gone over that mark a few times now in recent weeks, but thank you again, everyone who is watching. Absolutely love it. The comments are absolutely banging tonight as well. Actually, let me just check on the poll that is in the comments. 3,500 votes on the poll. And this is the poll. So if you're watching later on, everyone, and you want to get involved in this in your own way, get into the comment section. If we can buy 2 more players, which position is being left out? So we know we need a striker, a keeper, and a midfielder. If we only bought 2 more, which position do we need the least? At the moment, striker is winning this vote. We don't need a striker, 42%. Midfielder, 35% we can people think we can miss out on. 23% of you feel that we need a goalkeeper. 23% of you feel like a goalkeeper can be missed out on this summer. So, effectively, the striker is not wanted, according to this poll right now. That's the one that we can do without this season. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. Goalkeeper, Andre Nana, you're winning the vote here, mate, aren't you? You really are. Anyway, moving forward with that comments on... Talk to me about Anthony, please, everybody. That's the comments I want to move on to next. We have got a Garnacho update also coming up as well. So please do get into the comments on Anthony before we move on. Adam, wouldn't the 17 million saved on Rashford's wages give us the chance to go and get Sesko on amortization? Yeah, it would. It would. It just depends on where Manchester United are at and how much of it they want to spend. That's the difference, I think, in this one. So, United, with Rashford gone, could go out and buy Benjamin Sesko easily. It just depends what deal we can get from Leipzig. And like I said, and by that I mean, if Leipzig want to do a deal for 60 to 65 million, United can go and get that deal done. If Leipzig want over that, then obviously United have got a problem. And that's what they won't go. They're trying to bring everything down as much as possible. But you literally are saving 17 million plus a season in wages. That could go and get you Sene Lammens, for instance. It could have paid for the first instalment on Brian Mbeumo's transfer fee. Yeah, look, you can look at it a few different ways. Either way, it is helping Manchester United out massively right now. So, yes. That's what I think is more important than anything, because him out the door helps Ruben, but it does give United leeway as well. I think that deal, is how Manchester United can also manage to get 3 players in and bring the midfielder in also, because I think we will sign 3 more. I do think we will get a midfielder. I really am confident that we will get one. It might not be the one that people want, but I think we'll bring somebody in. Because we've seen it yesterday. We do need to bring more in. Definitely. So, Anthony going. Right now, what do you think Manchester United can get for Anthony? Because apparently the price has gone up to 50 million for Anthony. So, talk to me in the chat on that one. Let me know what you think we can get for Anthony as well, please, everyone. What do you think he's worth right now? Is it the 30, the 40, the 50? Where are you actually at with that one? Because that news has just come out. Just going to double check everything that is out there in the open right now. Let's just see. Right. Checking through everything. Bear with me a minute. Let's just check to make sure I've not missed anything. I always like to double check just in case. Anthony Sancho, goodbye. I would love that. So I'm just reading through these here. Bear with me a second. It doesn't look like there's anything yet of significance, but a lot of people are running on the Atletico Madrid front runners for Anthony now as well. That's starting to do the rounds quite a bit on social media as well. There was a story out from Disco Dave from the Mirror as well, saying that Manchester United are going to buy 2 more players, and it's a striker and a midfielder. I kind of agree more with probably Romano. Yeah, striker and... no, the Mirror is saying striker and a midfielder. Romano is saying striker and a goalkeeper. I think Romano, I go with him. I think that is where we're at. I think the goalkeeper is definitely going to happen this window. I just cannot see United not getting one now with all of the contacts and all of the reports that have been coming out. Given what Liverpool have done with Ekitike, it surely follows that the same can be done by United with Sesko. Yes, of course. Well, we know that, for instance, 115 million, thanks for the super chat, Graham. I said this before, 115 million pound player on 250 grand a week wages with agents' fees involved as well is setting Liverpool back 40 million a season for 5 years, pretty much. That's what that's costing Liverpool, so you know it can be done. Manchester United just have to be clever with how they amortise and get this financially done. Depends on the wages, of course. If Sesko's wages aren't that bad, we talked about it yesterday. 92 grand a week he's on right now. If you say to him, we'll give you 150 and up your wages by 60 grand a week, come to United, United can more than make that deal happen. It's the wages and the transfer instalments together that United look at. It's the full price of the player, and that's where United are looking, and maybe Sesko can be done on them grounds. I mentioned this before, that United could have done it with Ekitike. It just depends if they want to. That's the thing. Are they committing that much to that quality of player? Do they rate that player enough to commit 5 years of transfers and wages to this player? They can afford it, but are they making the right call with the player? That's where I go back to what Ruben said in saying that they're not going to make the same mistakes that they've done before, because we thought we were getting a great player in Jadon Sancho. Everything looked great. And now, 5 years down the line, near enough, we're here, still paying, just about finishing to pay, and looking desperately to get him away from the football club. We've got to make sure the player is spot on and he's what Ruben needs and what Manchester United need going forward. That has to come right at the front of any conversation. It does. Andy, 1 month member, thanks for renewing. 10 mil plus Garnacho for Watkins plus Martinez, then Sesko. I like you thinking, mate. I like a bit of FIFA football while we're doing streams. Keep it coming. Keep them inventive ways of getting these deals done and get them into the chat, everybody. How would you work it if you had the finances? Say you had United's situation right now. What would you do? What would you be offering? If you want to play a little bit of Champ Manager with us as well, get into the comments and talk to me. And that means even when the show is finished as well, get into the comment section, please, everybody. Okay, Garnacho, update on him is that Napoli are apparently favourites. Pete Hall again coming out with this one earlier on. Manchester United's Alejandro Garnacho is more favourite. Well, Napoli are favourites to sign him. Sorry. And then followed by Chelsea, who keep on looking at Garnacho. Now, from what I've read and what I've seen people talking about, and Romano also, another journalist as well, and people I've spoken to, Chelsea still hold an interest in Garnacho, and now that Madueke has gone to Arsenal, there is room for them to make that signing. Now, it has also been said in this report that they admire the way that Garnacho runs at players, and that's something that Maresca wants in his side. I know you could always make a report up and then look at what the best attribute of a player is and then put it into your own report and it gets lost in there. I don't necessarily think it's about the way that he runs at players. I don't know what it is that Maresca likes in Garnacho. I couldn't tell you. There is a good player in there, though. That's all we know. And on his day, Garnacho can be an absolute world beater. We've seen it. Will Chelsea get it out of him? It was interesting how all the talk's been about the Premier League, and then Pete Hall comes out and says that Manchester United's Garnacho is more likely to go to Napoli. They're the front runners. Napoli have shown no interest at all recently, from what we've read. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Good if United are getting something done behind the scenes and we don't know about it. I think that's really a positive for us. So if they do come forward and end up being the favourites and end up taking Garnacho, I would love that, because they're prepared to pay 45 million for Garnacho, which I think is the right price. And if United are willing to take a loan for Rashford and 26 million next summer off the back of wanting 40 million last season off Aston Villa, I actually feel like United are looking at this and going, right, decision made, let's make these players available, let's make these players affordable more than anything. Honestly, 26 million for Rashford, that's 14 million less than what we wanted from Aston Villa a month ago. So I think United have made decisions here. I'm now expecting United to get movement in the player out section. I think this will be the same with Sancho. I think that's why we heard them noises come out. I think we will get a decision soon on Jadon Sancho. And I think we'll start to get more noises on Anthony and Garnacho also as well. Cut price deals just to get these players out the door and gone. I think that's where Manchester United are at right now. And it looks like that. I mean, you don't even have to have anyone telling you from the inside. It is a case of Manchester United right now, I think, just making the right calls and the right decisions. And Rashford is proof of that for me. I think get him out, get the little bit of money that you can. The problem's gone. Let's build from what we've got and what we're bringing in. We can't deal with what happened before. It's impossible. So let's make the most of what we can out of it. Let's make the most out of a bad situation. That's where I think Man United are at right now. Leo in with a super chat. Thank you, Leo. Legend, mate. I think a striker will be Sesko. 25 million for Louise. 17 million for for Lemon Keeper. Is that Sunny Lemons? Is that what you mean? 7 out of 10 window. Stop talking to Mick now. I stopped talking. Sorry, I stopped taking the mic now. Sorry, mate. That completely balls that one up, didn't I? Oh my God. Yeah, sorry, mate. 7 out of 10, though. Out of all of that, I'm laughing at myself now. A 7 out of 10, Leo. Come on, mate. You've got to get more than that. If we get Sesko, Louise, and then we get Sunny Lemons as well out of that, that's a 8/9 out of 10, isn't that? Actually, if United managed to get a midfielder, a striker, and the goalkeeper, what would you rate the window, everybody? I think Leo's laid the gauntlet out there. Let's see what else we've got here. I've seen some news that's just creeping in as well. Manchester United have made initial contact to gather information on a potential deal for the 23-year-old goalkeeper, Sunny Lemons. The Royal Antwerp shot stopper is one of the main names on Manchester United's shortlist if they opt to sign a new keeper in the summer. Again, like Brazilian sources are actually saying that Manchester United are looking at John Victor still as well. There's definitely a keeper coming in. We'll get into the chat, everybody, as well. On Bryan Mbeumo quickly as well. Signed, sealed, and delivered. It looks like he signed a 5-year contract with an option for a 6. He has done all of his medicals. They have been passed. Media day is coming, and obviously we are expecting the official announcements from Manchester United. And then, like Romano said, they will then move on into the next targets, which is the striker and the goalkeeper. That's when it starts to get a bit exciting, Manchester United fans, I think. That, I feel, is where we start to go, okay, what can we do now? And again, I put in the outgoings into that situation as well. Let's get some scores. If we manage to get them 3 players in after Bryan Mbeumo, what's the window? 8 says Jim. Rennie says 9. A 9 out of 10. A 8. 8. 8.5. 10. 8. 9, 10, 12, 8, 7, 9, 7, 7.5, 9. Yeah, I think there's some realistic marks in there. And then you've got Andrew in the chat there who says 4 out of 10, still a crap team, no proper wing backs, imbalanced central midfield. I disagree with you, mate. Come on, we've got to cheer you up somehow, mate, haven't we, Andrew? Come on. London drops in a membership there as well. Thank you very much, mate. We have just passed over 1,000 likes while live as well, everybody. We have done it again. You are absolute legends. Absolutely love that as well. The mods will drop you a link into the shirts again, everybody, asking about the retro kits, retro training kits that I've got on in the live chat and in the description. The link is there, everybody, on OK Jerseys. The mods will drop it into the live chat as well in a moment. I was out all weekend. Big thank you again. First show back in the studio, everybody, this evening from being away this weekend. I was at the New Pines Holiday Resort in North Wales. Check out them videos from this weekend. All of the links are in there for them. Thank you to them and everybody for supporting us throughout that weekend there as well. And also, I did actually play some bingo while I was out there. And talking of bingo again, match bingo running out through now into the friendlies and into this season as well, everybody. Please do get involved with our match sponsor. The QR code is on the screen there right now. Absolutely brilliant game. I've said this many a times. All you have to do is hit the QR code there. Scan it, get it, download the app, deposit yourself £5 as a new customer, you will get an extra £10 on top of that. And on top of that, if you use promo code FUTV in all capitals, you will boost your balance by 200% right now, even if you've already downloaded the game, everybody. It is match bingo along with match events. That's it. Instead of crossing off numbers, you simply cross off different match events throughout the game. So for instance, there might be a goal on your card in a certain minute. If it happens, it gets crossed off. A corner minute, VAR decision. If you get 5 in a row, it's a straightforward 25 quid in your back pocket. Another 25 for another line. And if you get the jackpot, all 15 on that one match, 200 quid upwards, they're ready to go. And withdrawals are instant. That's the beauty of it. You're missing out if you haven't already. Download the app, deposit £5. That's it. It's only £2 a game, by the way. And there is an offer on right now as well. If you do buy 4 cards, you will get a 5th absolutely free also. So loads going on. Don't forget, on the promo code bit, drop FUTV in and boost yourselves by 200%. Yeah, 200. Give yourselves even a better chance of winning some cash while watching football. And it is running alongside the Women's Euros also, everybody. So get involved in that. All that's left for me to say in wrapping things up is it's going to be busy. And I'm going to keep on bringing you the content slightly earlier today. Because there's so much news to get through. I will be back later if anything does drop. But until then, it will be 8 o'clock in the Monday morning show. I've just got a feeling there's going to be news every single day. So make sure you've hit the subscribe button. Alongside that, press the bell notification so you know exactly when the shows are coming. Because when them shows come, it means there's breaking news and there's something significant happening. Pop a like on the video on the way out, everybody. And I will see you all tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Unless, like I said,